In a small, quiet town nestled among rolling hills, there lived an old, wise craftsman. He was renowned not for making grand furniture or intricate sculptures, but for creating something much more special: small, unique wooden boxes. Each box was a masterpiece, carved from the finest wood, sanded to a silken finish, and adorned with delicate, hand-painted designs. People traveled from far and wide, not just to buy his boxes, but to seek his wisdom. One day, a young woman named Elara visited his workshop. She looked dejected, her shoulders slumped and her eyes cast down. The old man greeted her with a warm smile and gestured for her to sit. "What troubles you, my dear?" he asked gently. Elara sighed, a sound heavy with sadness. "I feel so worthless," she confessed, her voice barely a whisper. "I look at everyone around me, and they all seem to have a purpose. My sister is a brilliant artist, my best friend is a gifted healer, and my neighbor builds the strongest houses in the village. But me? I'm just ordinary. I try so many things, but I'm not the best at any of them. I feel like an empty box, with nothing valuable inside." The craftsman listened patiently, his gaze kind and understanding. When she finished, he didn't offer empty reassurances. Instead, he stood up and walked over to a dusty shelf in the corner of his workshop. He brought back 2 wooden boxes and placed them on the table between them. The first box was breathtaking. It was made of polished cherry wood with gleaming silver hinges and an intricate inlay of mother-of-pearl. It shimmered under the light, a true treasure. The second box was much simpler. It was carved from plain pine with visible knots in the wood. It was sturdy and well-made, but it lacked the immediate glamour of the first. "Which of these boxes do you think is more valuable?" the old man asked. Elara pointed to the ornate one without hesitation. "This one, of course. It's beautiful, a work of art." The craftsman smiled and opened the ornate cherry wood box. It was empty. He then turned to the simple pine box and slowly lifted its lid. Inside, nestled on a bed of soft velvet, lay a collection of perfectly smooth, multicolored stones. Each one was unique, shaped, and polished by years in a flowing river, glowing with a quiet inner light. Elara gasped. The sight was unexpectedly beautiful. The old man looked at her. "You see," he said, his voice soft, "the first box is indeed beautiful on the outside. It attracts attention and admiration, but its value is only what you see. It was designed to hold treasures, but right now it holds nothing. It is potential without substance." He gestured to the pine box. "This second box may seem plain and ordinary on the outside. It doesn't shout for attention, but its true value isn't in its appearance. Its value is in what it holds. It protects and carries these beautiful, unique stones. Its purpose is to be a vessel, a guardian." He picked up one of the smooth stones and handed it to Elara. It was cool and solid in her palm. "You said you feel like an empty box," the craftsman continued. "Perhaps you have been comparing your exterior to others. You see the polished cherry wood and the silver hinges of your sister the artist and your friend the healer, and you feel like plain pine. But you've been mistaken about where true worth comes from." He paused, letting his words sink in. "Your worth is not determined by how you compare to others. It is not about being the best or the most dazzling. It is about what you carry within you. Your kindness, your compassion, your resilience, your unique way of seeing the world, these are your river stones. They are the treasures you hold." Elara looked from the stone in her hand to the craftsman's wise eyes. "But what if I don't know what my treasures are?" she asked. "Ah, that is the journey of life," he replied. "It's a journey of discovery. You don't find your purpose like you find a lost key. You build it. You build it every day with your choices, your actions, and your love. You gather your stones one by one." "Think about it," he said, leaning forward. "When you listen to a friend in need, you are adding a stone of empathy. When you persevere through a difficult task, even if you don't succeed perfectly, you are adding a stone of resilience. When you share a simple smile with a stranger, you are adding a stone of kindness. When you learn something new, you add a stone of wisdom. Your box is not empty, Elara. It is filling up every single day." He explained that some people are like the ornate box, their talents are obvious and celebrated from the start. But others are like the pine box, their strength and value are quieter, built from the inside out. One is not better than the other. A world with only ornate boxes would have nothing to put inside them. A world with only simple boxes might lack visible beauty. Both are needed. Both have a purpose. Stop trying to be a cherry wood box, the old man advised kindly. Embrace being a pine box. Be sturdy, be reliable, be authentic. Focus not on decorating your exterior, but on filling your interior. Collect your stones, protect them. Share them when the time is right. Your purpose isn't to be the most beautiful box in the room. Your purpose is to be the box that someone can depend on. The one that holds things of true and lasting value. Tears welled in Alara's eyes, but this time they were not tears of sadness. They were tears of relief and understanding. For the first time, she didn't feel worthless for being ordinary. She saw that her quiet strength, her loyalty, her ability to listen, these were not failings, they were her treasures. They were her stones. She looked at the simple pine box, now seeing it in a new light. It wasn't plain, it was strong, it wasn't boring. It was dependable. It had its own quiet dignity, its own profound purpose. Alara stayed with the craftsman for the rest of the afternoon, not talking much but watching him work. She saw how he treated every piece of wood, whether it was rare ebony or common pine, with the same care and respect. He saw the potential in each. When it was time for her to leave, as the sun began to set and cast long shadows across the workshop, the craftsman gave her the simple pine box with its collection of river stones. "This is for you," he said, "to remind you that the greatest treasures are often held within the simplest of vessels, and to remind you that your box is already full of them. Just keep collecting." Alara walked home, clutching the box to her chest. The weight of it was comforting, a tangible reminder of her newfound perspective. She no longer saw herself as an empty vessel. She saw herself as a guardian of her own unique and precious stones. From that day on, her life began to change. Not because she suddenly discovered some grand hidden talent, but because her focus shifted. She stopped comparing and started collecting. She found joy in small acts of kindness, strength in her own quiet persistence, and purpose in simply being a good, reliable person. She realized that her purpose wasn't one big, shiny thing. It was a mosaic of 1,000 little beautiful things. 1,000 little stones, and in time, people in the village began to seek her out. Not for her art or her healing, but for her calm presence, her patient ear, and her quiet wisdom. She had become a treasure box for others, a safe place where they could share their own burdens and joys. She had become, in her own unique way, just as valuable as any masterpiece. So if you ever feel like an empty box, like you have nothing special to offer, remember Alara's story. Remember the two boxes? Your worth is not on the outside. It's not in being the best or the brightest. It's in the treasures you carry within. It's in your capacity for love, your resilience, your integrity. Start collecting your stones. Notice them. Value them. Your purpose is not something you find. It's something you build, one small, beautiful stone at a time. And your box, no matter how plain it may seem to you, is the perfect vessel to hold them all. Thanks for watching. If this story resonated with you, consider subscribing for more tales that touch the heart. See you next time.